You used to fall asleep beside me with your back turned to the wall. I would trace the space between us like I could close it if I tried hard. Your heartbeat felt like distant thunder, close enough to hear, not feel. I kept telling myself it's just a season, not a slow goodbye made real. You smiled, but it never reached me. Your words were careful, thin, and every time I said I love you, you'd answer soft but dim. I saw it fading in your eyes, like summer losing light. I held on tighter every time you loosen your side. Fire burning long after it burned out. I gave you all my mornings, you gave me silent nights. I loved you when you didn't, and I held on with all my might. Memorize your distant laughter, learn the shape of your disguise, how you kissed me out of habit but never look into my eyes. You said you were just tired, that life was weighing on your chest, but I could feel the truth between us beating louder than the rest. I blame myself for every crack, try to fix what I couldn't see. If love was just a broken mirror, why was I the only one bleeding? You stopped reaching for my hand, stopped saying my name the same, and I kept loving you out loud while you were walking away. I loved you when you didn't, when your heart had closed the door, when your arms felt like a stranger's and you didn't want me anymore. I stayed through every silence, through every cold excuse. I loved you when you didn't, and that was my only truth. You were already leaving while I was still asking why. Tell me, did you ever feel it? Or was I loving us alone? Was I just a safe place until you found your road? Now your side of the bed is empty, but somehow still feels full of every broken promise and every quiet pull. I still hear you in the hallway, still see you in the light, but loving you without you is the hardest kind of fight. Be the lesson, not the pain. Learning that real love doesn't have to beg or strain, but somewhere in the quiet where our memories still live, I remember how I loved you even when you didn't. like time would never take your heart away. You held me close like I was all you'd ever need. And I believed. I traced your name in every dream I knew. Built my whole world somewhere inside of you. I didn't see the distance in your eyes. I was too busy loving all your lies. I thought if I stay, you would stay too. I thought love was something we couldn't lose. But I stayed hoping you'll remember my touch. Stay believing I still matter so much. While you were slowly letting me go, I was the last one to know. I stayed hoping you'll come back to my heart. Stay praying this was just the hard part. But hope can break you more than goodbye when you're the only one left to try. I stayed open. You grew quiet in ways I couldn't see. Your silence built a wall between you and me. I tried to fix what you wouldn't explain. I took all of your hurt and all of your pain. I told myself you were just afraid that love like us could never fade. So I held on with trembling hands while you let go of all our plans. I kept waiting for you to turn around, but you were already nowhere to be found. And I stayed hoping you remember my touch. Stay believing I still matter so much. While you were slowly letting me go, I was the last one to know. I stayed open, you come back to my heart. Stay praying this was just the hard part. But hope can break you more than goodbye when you're the only one left to try. I stayed open. Was I just someone you needed back then? A place to rest, not a place to end. Did you love me or just love the way I gave you all of me every day? I would have stayed through every storm, through every cold, through everyone. But you walked out without a fight and left me alone with every night. Now hope feels heavier than your goodbye. It's the reason I still cry. It's the reason I can't let you leave. Even when you stop loving me, I stayed open. You remember my soul. Stay believing you would come back home. While you were already moving on, I was still where you've been gone. I stayed open, even when love was gone. Stayed holding something already done. But hope doesn't heal, it just makes you see you were never staying for me. I stayed open when I should have set myself free. Now the door is open, but you're not there. Just empty promises and broken air. And I'm learning slowly, painfully. What was the last thing you took for leave? I remember how it started, with your hand inside of mine. We were fearless, we were certain, we were stronger than time. You used to hold me like a promise, like you never let me fall. I built my world around your heartbeat, hung my pictures on your wall. But somewhere in the quiet, your warmth began to fade. I felt the distance growing in every word you didn't say. You said love takes patience, you said love takes work. So I kept on believing, and I stayed through the hurt. I stayed through the hurt, through the tears I hid at night, through the fights that left me shaking, through the silence after cries. I told myself it's worth it, that a real love always burns. I stayed through the hurt while you slowly turned. You stopped asking how I felt, stopped noticing my eyes, stopped seeing all the pieces of me you left behind. I made excuses for your distance, blamed the stress, the days, the fear. I carried all the weight alone just to keep you near. Every time you pulled away, I reached a little more. I thought if I could love you harder, we'd be like before. You said you needed space, said you felt unsure, but I kept standing in the storm, thinking love was cured. I stayed through the hurt, through the cracks beneath our feet, through the nights you turned away, while I cried myself to sleep. I told myself forever was something we could learn. I stayed through the hurt while you lost concern. Maybe I confused devotion with slowly losing me. Maybe I called it loyalty when it was insecurity. I was bending just to keep you, trying not to break, but love should never feel like a price you have to pay. Did you ever see me fading? Did you notice I was small? I gave you every part of me, you didn't catch my force. I left my part away instead of crossing every line. I thought pain was temporary, that we'd rise above the dust, but love without protection is just breaking trust. I stayed through the hurt, through every shattered dream, through the way you held my body, but your heart wasn't with me. I kept choosing us, even when you chose the door. I stayed through the hurt till I couldn't anymore. Of the girl I used to be, the one who thought that staying was the same as loyalty. I stayed through the hurt, but now I know my worth, and I won't lose myself again just to make love work. You didn't break me with a scream, you didn't slam the door. You whispered maybe we need space, like I had heard that line before. Your hands were warm around my waist, but colder than they used to be. You held me like a fragile thing, already slipping free. The room was quiet, almost kind. No thunder, no dramatic tears, just the sound of something ending that I'd been dreading for years. You said I never meant to hurt you, and maybe that was true, but sometimes love can wound you without meaning to. Love hurt me softly, didn't leave a scar you could see. It just slowly pulled the light from my eyes and took the best of me. No shattered glass, no angry goodbye, just a gentle honesty. Love hurt me softly, and I let it happen to me. Stop saying my name the way you used to say it slow, like it tasted sweet on your tongue, like something you'd never let go. Your kisses turn mechanical, like muscle memory at best. I could feel your heart retreating from the shelter of my chest. I told myself we'd fix it, that all lovers lose their way, but you can't rebuild a fire when one side won't stay. You swore there was no one else, just a change you couldn't fight. But how can something once so bright fade quietly overnight? Love hurt me softly with every it's not you, with every gentle explanation that split my world in two. No raised voice, no bitter war, just truth I couldn't undo. Love hurt me softly, like it didn't mean to. I almost wish you'd screamed at me, giving me something to blame, but instead you handed me calm words and washed your hands of pain. You walked away in daylight, no shadows left behind, but I'm still standing in the dim light of what you left in mine. Was I too steady, too forgiving, too afraid to see that loving someone quietly can still break you completely? Soft break down the little things, the distance in your touch, the way you'd say I'm just tired when I was loving you too much. I didn't see the ending hiding in your smile. Love hurt me softly all the while. Love hurt me softly like rain that never storms. It soaked into my bones and left my heart worn. No doesn't shatter you, it just quietly undoes you. And I'll always remember how beautiful it could be, even though love hurt me softly. It still meant everything to me. Didn't break like crashing thunder, no shattered glass, no screaming words, just quiet nights that grew between us, and silence louder than it hurts. Your side of the bed felt colder long before you said goodbye. I could feel you drifting slowly like a tear you wouldn't cry. We still moved around each other like strangers in the same old room, passing by what once was fire and now just smoke without a flame to bloom. You said we're just going through it like it was a passing storm, but I felt the distance settling like frost that won't be warm. The end felt lonely even before you left. Two hearts beating side by side, but barely anything was left. No big fight, no final scene, just quiet breaking slowly. You were still right next to me, but the end felt lonely. We still said good morning softly, still kissed each other's cheeks, but something in your touch had changed. It felt so incomplete. You stopped telling me your stories, stopped asking how I was, and I started talking to myself about what we once were. I try to hold the pieces, try to glue the cracks with hope, but love can't live on memories when it's running out of rope. You said I don't know what happened, like love just disappeared, but it doesn't vanish overnight, it fades through unshed tears. The end felt lonely, like sitting in the dark, knowing something beautiful is falling apart. We didn't say the word goodbye, but we both knew it closely. You were holding my hand, but the end felt lonely. I would have fought 1,000 battles if you had just said stay, but you were tired of pretending that we were okay. I saw it in the way you looked at me, like I was part of your past, not the girl you once swore you would love till the last. Tell me, did it hurt you too, or was I the only one still clinging to forever when forever was undone? Now the house is full of echoes of laughter we once shared, but all I hear is emptiness and the weight of what's not there. The end didn't come with chaos, it came in quiet tones, and somehow that was harder than being left alone. And felt lonely even believes that sometimes love doesn't explode, it slowly leaves. And that's the part that haunts me, the silence soft and only you were still beside me. But the end felt lonely. The night was breathing softly through the window. City lights were fading into gray. You were sitting closer than the silence, but somehow you felt miles away. Your fingers traced the edge of the table, like you were drawing lines we couldn't cross. I heard goodbye inside your breathing before you ever said we're lost. Let's try to hold the moment steady, like if I moved you wouldn't break. But love was slipping through your shadow, and I could feel my heart mistake. You wouldn't look into my eyes like truth was something you couldn't face. I felt the distance in your whisper before you even said my name. That was the night you changed, the night your arms felt strange. You held me like a memory, not like something you would say. That was the night I knew I was still in love with you, but you were already halfway gone before the dawn could come. That was the night you changed. The clock kept ticking like a warning, every second louder than before. Your voice was calm but cut like winter when you said you weren't sure anymore. I remember how you used to promise you'd never let my hand go cold. But promises don't mean forever when hearts grow tired of holding on. I searched your face for something, a spark, a tear, a sign to stay. But all I found was resignation in the words you wouldn't say. You said it wasn't about another, you said it just didn't feel the same. But love doesn't just fade to nothing, it leaves somebody else in flames. That was the night you changed, the night our picture cracked in frames. You kissed me like an ending scene, and slowly you walked away. That was the night I cried, but tried to keep my pride while you were already halfway gone before the dawn could come. That was the night you changed. Did you lie awake and feel it breaking, or was it easier replay little detail, the way your voice began to shake. Was it guilt or just indifference when you said this was a change you had to make? That was the night you changed, the night love felt ashamed. You looked at me like I was someone you used to know by name. That was the night I learned how deeply hearts can burn when one is still in love and one is done with us. That was the night you changed. Now the night still comes around me, but it never feels the same. 'Cause somewhere in its quiet shadow, it still whispers your name. And I still see your face in every darkened frame. There was the night you changed, the night you changed, and I stayed the same. You packed your dreams in a silver suitcase, left them waiting by the door. Said the world was calling out your name like you never heard it before. I stood there with my shaking hands, trying hard to understand if loving you meant letting go or begging you to stay again. Your eyes were somewhere far from mine, already chasing brighter skies, and now it's just a quiet place you used to rest your tired nights. You said, don't cry, this isn't your fault, my tears don't listen to goodbye. You kissed my cheek like I was strong, the strength was just a lie. You didn't hold me back, you didn't even look back. You walked straight through that open door like I was just a past. You didn't fight for us, didn't say it was enough. You let go my trembling hand without a second thought. You didn't hold me back, but I was still holding on. I folded all your t-shirts slowly, like maybe you would come home. Left your coffee cup unwashed, so I wouldn't feel alone. The silence moved into your side of the bed. It whispers things you never said, like maybe love was just convenient until something better came instead. I replay every conversation, searching for the crack. Was I too much or not enough, or just too scared to ask? You said you deserve someone steady, but I only wanted you. Funny how you set me free when freedom felt so cool. You didn't hold me back, you didn't even look back. You let our future slip away like it was nothing. You left, you didn't try to stay, didn't ask me to wait. You walked into another life and left me at the gate. You didn't hold me back, but my heart stayed where you left it. And maybe loving you meant silence, maybe loving you meant grace. Maybe I was always meant to lose you in like that. Now every time the phone lights up, my heart forgets the truth. For a second I still hope it's somehow you. But hope is just a fragile thread I'm slowly cutting through. You didn't hold me back, you just let me lose you. I'm still here where you left my heart unpacked. I still remember the way you said my name, like it was safe inside your mouth, like I was somewhere you would stay. You held my hand like it belonged to you, like letting go of something you would never, ever do. We built our world in whispered dreams, painted forever in between your promises and fragile truths. I gave my heart so easily to you, but love turned quiet without a sound, and I was the last one still holding on. You forgot about me, like I was never there at all, like my arms didn't hold you when you were afraid to fall. You forgot about us, like our love was just a lie, and I'm still here remembering while you said goodbye. You forgot about me, and I don't know how to breathe in a world where you forgot about me. I still sleep on the side you used to take, even though it only reminds me of everything that changed. Your shadow lingers in my room, a ghost that never leaves me, no matter what I do. I tried to be enough for you, through every crack your silence grew. I broke myself to keep you whole, but you let go without a soul, and I was screaming inside my chest while you were already loving someone else. You forgot about me, like I was never there at all, like my arms didn't hold you when you were afraid to fall. You forgot about us, like our love was just a lie, and I'm still here remembering while you said goodbye. You forgot about me, love you in the silence, even though you're gone. You forgot about me, like I was easy to replace, like my love was nothing but a memory erased. You forgot about us, like we never had a spark, and I'm still here holding every shattered part. You forgot about me, but I remember everything, every promise, every tear, every broken dream. You forgot about me, and I'm still lost in yesterday, trying to find a way to live after you walked away. Maybe someday I'll fade from you too. Maybe someday I won't feel so used, but tonight I'm still where you left me to be. A heart you loved, a heart you broke, a heart you forgot. I still see your shadow in the corner of the room, whispered words that faded like a forgotten tune. You held my hand, then slowly let it go. I felt the love leave me, soft and low. I wanted storms, you gave me gentle rain, a quiet ending to all my pain. You didn't shout, you didn't scream my name, but my heart still burns in silent flame. You let me down easy, like a sunset on the sea. You walked away softly, but it shattered me. I don't hear the thunder, I just feel the rain. You let me go slowly, yet I heard the same. I replay your smile in every sleepless night, a ghost of love that flickers in the fading light. You chose to leave, but with such tender hands. Now I'm alone, tracing lines in empty sands. No harsh words, just a quiet goodbye, a gentle heartbreak, a soft sigh. I wanted to fight to make you stay, but you slipped away like day turns gray. You let me down easy, like a sunset on the sea. You walked away so sunset on the sea. You walked away softly, but it shattered me. I don't hear the thunder, I just feel the rain. You let me go slowly, yet I heard the same. You let me down easy, I remember the silence more than the pain. You let me go slowly, and still I call your name. The door was barely open, but the air felt different then. Like something in the silence knew we'd reached the end. Your suitcase by the hallway didn't make a single sound, but it echoed through my whole chest as you set it on the ground. You wouldn't meet my eyes, just stared at your trembling hands. I guess goodbye is quieter when no one understands. You said it's not forever, but forever felt so close. In the space between your heartbeat and the words you almost chose. You walked down slowly like you were afraid to break me. Step by step you let me go, but never tried to save me. No slammed doors, no angry tears, just shadows in the hallway. You walked out slowly and took my whole world with you. I watched you put your jacket on like it was just another night, like you weren't leaving everything we built with all our might. The clock kept ticking softly like it didn't understand how time can keep on moving when love slips through your hands. I wanted to scream your name, to beg you not to leave, but love that has to be persuaded isn't love that still believes. Your fingers brush against mine for the very last time, and even in that moment you felt so hard to find. You walked out slowly like you were sparing my heart, but every careful movement still tore my world apart. You didn't even turn around when I made no sound. You walked out slowly while I was breaking down. Did you feel the room grow colder with every step you took? Did you hear my breathing falter or see the way I should? You said you'll be okay, like that was meant to heal. But how do I just be okay when this pain feels so real? I would've stood beside you through every high and low, but you had already chosen a road I didn't know. Now the house is filled with silence, it still sounds like your name. Every corner holds a memory that refuses to fade. Your coffee cup still on the counter, your pictures on the wall. You walked out slowly, but I felt it all. You walked out slowly like love was handled It's like a scene I can't control. You walked out slowly and took the best of my soul.